Hey guys, it's Jen, welcome back. So today's video is gonna be 5 products that have recently disappointed me, and I know I normally keep these Friday 5 videos very positive and upbeat, but I do think that it's important every once in a while to let you guys know what didn't work out for me because, you know, you may have had your eye on some of these products and might be wondering how they perform, and I would be definitely doing you a disservice if I tried them and hated them and then never spoke about it again. I think it's important to let you know my thoughts, even though they may not necessarily line up with your experience. I'm sure some of you guys maybe really love these products I'm going to talk about today, but I think that's kind of the interesting thing about makeup is that we're all different and everybody kind of has different reactions to products depending on what they're looking for and what their preferences are. So why don't we go ahead and just jump right in, and I'm going to start out with this COL-LAB mascara. This one is called the Works Wow Effect All-in-One Mascara, and I basically bought this because I saw Tati mention it in so many videos, and she's just been so passionate about this, recommending it constantly. So last time I was at Sally's, I definitely didn't hesitate to pick it up, especially since I've tried a lot of collab products and really enjoyed them. Unfortunately though, I was a little bit disappointed in this one. First of all, I didn't feel like it lived quite up to the hype that it's been getting. I thought it was pretty decent. It gave me good length and volume, but not necessarily any more than what I'm getting from like the Mascara Revolution from Makeup Revolution, or the Super Sizer from CoverGirl, or even the Kokie Volume and Length. Those are my 3 main go-to mascaras. But the thing that I really didn't like about this is that it gave me major raccoon eyes, and those other 3 that I mentioned do not. So I think the smudging aspect was the thing that's making me not want to use this one anymore, unfortunately, which is really disappointing because I had very high hopes for it. And then the second disappointing product is one that I actually showed in my Sunday haul last week, and that is the Insta-Dry Matte Metallic Nail Polishes from Sally Hansen. I will be the first to admit that I don't take great care of my nails. I don't really go for weekly manicures. I actually go for manicures maybe once every couple of years if I have a wedding or something I have to go to. But basically I do home manicures for the most part. And when I do them, I really just file my nails into like a decent shape and slap some nail polish on. But I do really like to wear nail polish, and I feel like a lot of formulas can kind of hide some of those things like ridges in your nails or the ragged cuticles, and you know, just kind of cover everything up like those really shiny lacquery nail polishes. But these, being a matte formula, they just don't hide anything. So I tested a couple of these shades out kind of throughout the last week and a half, and every time I did, I just found that my nails looked terrible. First of all, the formula is kind of streaky. I had to put multiple coats on just to get like a really even layer, and it looks shiny when you first apply it, but as it dries down to a matte finish, which is something that I'm not crazy about to begin with, so I probably wouldn't have purchased these on my own. They were sent to me in PR. But the other thing is just that I could see kind of all of the bumps, like the rough cuticle underneath, and even like nail ridges starting to come through, so it really just didn't hide all the things that I normally expect a nail polish to hide. I don't necessarily think this is a bad product. I'm sure some people will really love it, but just for me personally and my needs, I don't see myself using these again because I like more of a shiny formula and something that's just gonna kind of hide the fact that my nails aren't in the best condition. And then product number 3 is this new Softlight Blurring Primer from Physicians Formula. I have not heard anything about this. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. I haven't even seen it available online yet, but I was at Walgreens a couple weeks ago and I just happened to spot this, and at first I thought that it was this one. This is the Spotlight Illuminating Primer that they had sent me a while ago, and then I looked a little closer and it said Softlight, and I thought this is something completely different than that. This one, originally, I hated this. It was so shiny. When I put it on my skin, I just felt like I was applying liquid highlighter all over my face. And I do really like a glowy primer under foundation sometimes because that little bit of glow can kind of peek through and make your skin look really luminous. But unfortunately, this one was overly luminous to the point where it still looked really sparkly and glittery even under a layer of foundation. So I really did not enjoy this one at all. I felt like this should be more suited for just kind of spot illuminating, like putting a couple dabs on your cheeks or something like that, rather than an all-over primer. So the thought of this one was really intriguing to me because I thought, you know, maybe this is just like a light version of this really intense one. But unfortunately, it's not glowy at all. When you first pump it out on your hand, it looks a little bit pearly as opposed to the other one, which looked more glittery. This one does have a little bit of a pearlized sheen to it, but as you blend it into the skin, it really doesn't look like anything's going on. It just looks like you applied nothing at all. And it has kind of a lotiony texture that almost feels like a lotion gel sort of hybrid. It feels really nice going on, but it claims to be a blurring primer. It claims to blur out your pores and things like that. And I really didn't notice any blurring going on either. It just kind of felt like I put another moisturizer on my skin, and on top of that, it left my skin feeling a little bit tacky. Even when I applied foundation on top of it, it still kind of had that tacky feel to it. So I'm just a little confused by this product and not quite sure if it was even doing anything at all. And while I didn't like the intensity of this one, I still feel like if you're gonna have sort of that glowy primer to put underneath your foundation, it still has to have some amount of glow to be able to show through. Kind of like the L'Oreal Magic Lumi one, I felt like that one had the perfect amount of sheen to just kind of peek through your foundation a little bit and give you that luminous glow. But this one it doesn't show through at all. It's just not strong enough unless you were gonna be wearing this alone, and even then, I didn't feel like it gave me any more glow than just applying a moisturizer to my skin. So this one definitely left me scratching my head a little bit. And then number 4 is actually hair care products, and these are from the brand Palmer's. And if you remember, I think it was my last week's Friday 5, I talked about the Palmer's Zero Break shampoo and conditioner that I've been loving lately. I really enjoy those a lot. So when I saw these at Target, I thought I would give them a try and just try some more products from the brand. So this is their Natural Fusions line. And these claim to take the guesswork out of DIY home blended concoctions and uses only the purest ingredients to care for your hair. So these have no sulfates, no parabens, no phthalates, no mineral oil, no gluten. So they sounded really, really good. So I got the Micellar Rose Water Cleanser. This is a clarifying shampoo, but it's supposed to gently purify your hair, kind of like a micellar water does, where it just attracts itself to the dirt and sweeps it away. So it's not supposed to be overly drying or stripping. And then the conditioner is a lavender rose water conditioner. It's supposed to be hydrating repair that replaces lost moisture and softens the hair. Now, the conditioner I felt like was okay. I didn't mind this one too much. I thought it did a decent job. It was really the shampoo that I was disappointed in. So this stuff, first of all, it doesn't suds up. And I've had shampoos in the past that didn't do that, but at least I felt like they had some slip to them and they were easy to work through your hair. This literally feels like you're dumping a micellar water on your hair. So I still felt like this was gonna be a regular shampoo, but that they were just calling it micellar, kind of like to be trendy and stuff. But no, it actually feels watery, almost like a micellar cleanser for your face. And I applied it to my hair and started to work it in, and it just kind of sank into my hair and disappeared. And I had to use so much of this just to completely coat my hair with it. It wasn't, like I said, the issue of that it didn't foam up, because I have used non-foaming or low foaming shampoos in the past, and I'm fine with that. But this just it kind of just disappeared and felt like I was applying nothing. And then once I finally did add enough to kind of get it to work through my hair a little bit, it made my hair feel so incredibly dry, and it started knotting up everywhere. And then on top of that, I noticed hair falling out in the shower way more than usual. So I kept feeling like these clumps of hair falling down. And before I knew it, there was like a clump at the bottom of the drain. But even aside from how dry it made my hair feel, I just don't like the texture of it. And I don't like that I had to apply so much just to get it to work through my hair and feel like it was actually doing anything. So I don't know, maybe this would work for some people, but for me, it's a definite skip. And then the 5th and final product that I was disappointed in is the Colourpop Disney Villains Misunderstood palette. And I know some of you guys are probably going to be like, what? Because I love Colourpop, and you guys know I collect all of the Colourpop palettes, but I think that was kind of the issue with this one, is that whenever a new Colourpop palette comes out at this point, I just buy it. I don't really think about it. I don't think through the purchase too hard, because they are really affordable and I have so many of them already. I just feel like I kind of need to collect them all. It's one of those situations where, like I said, I just don't think about it too hard. But then once I got this home and I was trying to play with it, I just was having a hard time figuring out which colors to put together. It's just kind of all over the place to me, and it doesn't feel like a cohesive color story. It's just like a whole bunch of random colors in a palette, and then you have kind of one warm tone transition shade right here, and that's it. So I just don't see myself reaching for this palette very often. I'll show you some swatches. I mean, honestly, the formula is just like all of Colourpop's other palettes. I think the formula is really great. I have no complaints as far as that's concerned, and I'm sure that some people would definitely create some beautiful looks with this palette, but it disappointed me because most of the Colourpop palettes that I have really have kind of a cohesive color theme, and I feel like I can get a lot of different looks out of them. But with this one, it just kind of, again, left me like scratching my head trying to figure out like, what am I gonna put with what? So I would say out of all the Colourpop palettes I own, this is really the first one that I'm just kind of like meh about. All right, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And also, I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of these products, if you've tried them, or just in general, have you tried any products lately that disappointed you? I would love to hear from you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!